Hey, this is Josh with the Chain Rant Podcast, and we appreciate you guys listening. If you are one of the six, please let us know. Follow us on social media at Chain Rant Podcast, and just, comment with one of the six. We'll know you're one of our six listeners, and we will maybe send you some secret goodies. Ooh. Jesus Christ, that was almost worse than the original rendition of that song.
Almost worse, but not quite.
Not quite worse. Hey, you know what, Fusco? Is it my turn or your turn?
I believe it is my turn. You know what really fucking breaks off a shot glass on my ass, Josh?
What breaks off a shot glass in your ass there, Fusco?
People that cause drama in the pipe band.
Oh,
internal drama, but the people, those assholes that are just
internal. So we're getting right into this.
They just live off fucking causing issues and drama and bullshit.
Oh my god,
people drive me nuts.
This is gonna be the best, worst last episode because someone's gonna show up to our door with a shotgun next time we try to record and blow us away.
Hey, I've lived a wonderful life. I'm happy to go. I mean, really, at this point, what else I got to live for?
Plus, I have to assume that the CDC would prefer it if you were just put underground.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, while we're on the subject of venereal diseases, this is Fusco.
Wait a minute, and I'm McGurkin.
This is Josh and Andy with the Chain Rant Podcast. We are the world's worst bagpiping podcast, but by now, I have to assume everybody knows that. We're on episode, 12?
This is 12, yes.
This is number 12. Yeah. The funny thing is I realized that listening back, because I only ever catch the first 30 seconds before I decide that I'm not going to listen to the whole episode.
It blows my mind that you've not listened to a single episode.
I have not listened to a single episode of the show yet.
I listened to them all numerous times. Unfortunately, because I edit them, so I have to, but...
I am not one of the six.
No, you are not.
I'm not. No, it's so funny because I end up in a point where I never know what episode number we're on. I just set up and hit record because why not? And what are you going to do?
Fair enough. I mean, really.
Fusco, I'm here.
Can't be that good.
This is a reversal of roles for us. You have to keep in mind, in this situation, I am only a personality and you are the editor.
Isn't that wild?
That you feel my pain now switched. For all the videos. I'm
sure videos are worse but the hard part for me as the editor is making the decisions. So what to cut and what to leave in there, is super difficult.
That's the whole point of editing, though. Editing is a science.
Oh yeah,
but it's a science that's completely based in bollocks. Think about art.
Mm-hmm.
Art is entirely based on taste.
Sure.
If you are editing, you're making taste decisions.
Yeah, that's
all it is. When someone hires you, or when someone convinces you to help them edit the podcast that they just roped you into for 10 episodes, and he's just not going to say anything because as long as you keep doing it, that's good.
I enjoy doing it.
When that happens, when someone brings you in to do something like that, it's because they trust your taste. Not because they think you're a great editor. They trust that you know what to cut out and what to leave in.
And more importantly, they haven't listened to it, so they have no idea what choices I'm making.
Yeah, I have no idea. I assume they're good. Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, I leave most shit in. I do bleep things here and there if I have to, or I do cut out some names if I need to. Things get a little hairy at times, like last week's episode.
Well, one of the great things that I enjoy about being the creator of the show is that all I have to do is show up, get drunk, talk a bunch of shit, and buy everything, and then we're good. Being a producer is amazing.
To be fair, I bought the last 2 samples of whiskey, which this is now our 4th week on this.
Fusco is much more wise. You're much more wise at buying the whiskey than I am.
I am.
Because when I buy the whiskey, it's not there next week.
No, it is not. And I take it home with me because I know if I leave it here,
it will not be here.
All it takes is one time for me to learn this lesson. I left a bottle here once. I came back next week. Where's our whiskey for this week? It's fucking gone. Along with all the beer, everything I bought. Like, dude, really? This is for the show, not for you and your goddamn Xbox time.
Well, I'm just barely getting into Far Cry 5, and it's good with a drink or 16.
I get it. I get it,
man.
But now I've learned, so I take the whiskey home with me.
Don't harsh my mellow.
If you want to drink, it's on your dime. The show whiskey, I have no problem providing. And the other thing I do is that I look at the size of this fucking bottle. What is this called?
That is a handle.
Yeah. So this is, the third time I bought a handle because it's cheaper in the long run.
It is cheaper in the long run, yeah.
When that credit card bill comes in, I'm like, fuck, did I buy that much whiskey?
Well, the problem is we used to always have a bottle of whiskey per episode, and you've ruined that because you keep buying these handles.
Oh,
and if we drink a handle in one episode,
I don't think that's possible.
We'd die. I mean, it's possible, but it would not go well.
Oh, yeah.
And we certainly couldn't
Saturday
do it.
Would be useless.
It'd be great if we had guests that drink, but, last time we had Lauren and Angel, and neither of them drink a fucking dram.
I'm not so sure. Angel doesn't drink, obviously.
Well, yeah, Angel doesn't drink. Lauren had hit a bit of the Belvini.
She was pretty drunk, as most of our people wrote in about.
I'll tell you what, though. We did get some great feedback on having Lauren on the show.
We did.
A lot of people wanted to have someone with a vagina yell at us.
I mean, they were all female, but...
That's 52% of the population, Fusco. You can't write them off.
They're certainly not 52% of our listeners, though.
Oh, well. Well, we don't.
As we determined 2 episodes ago, we are highly misogynistic.
Well, we can't have a 52% of listeners because we have 6 listeners.
Well, that's true.
Hashtag one of the 6.
That reminds me, Angel came up with a great idea last week. Did you see his idea?
I never see Angel's ideas.
All right. Well, here's the other thing. Josh is a hillbilly, so all you guys know he is not a sports guy by any means. But Angel,
I've heard of sports ball before. And also, let me clarify here. The fact, and I'm not a hillbilly. I'm a redneck. And the fact that I'm a redneck should mean I should be more into sports.
You're like a true redneck, though. You're like you're too busy digging holes and ditches and shit to care.
Okay, that's only recently because I had a little event recently. No, I don't know if you've heard about it.
Even before that, you were always a guy. Dude,
honestly,
with fucking cargo pants.
Not cargo pants. It wasn't even that. Like, I think it's
holes.
because I'm such a artistic snowflake that I never got into sports.
That could be true too.
Yeah. I did art stuff instead. The problem is people get confused because I do art stuff very often for a living and for a hobby, but I also dig holes and shoot guns.
Right.
So
you're a Renaissance man.
I'm an anomaly. You were the second person to call me that recently. I had another person call me Renaissance man, and I was like, "Oh, that's very flattering," but whatever. And then I thought about it. I'm like, "Well, yeah, fuck you, motherfuckers. I am a Renaissance man."
Yeah, but so let's go back to Angel's idea. I like this idea.
Okay, I want to hear it.
So you're not familiar with this, I'm sure, but the Seattle Seahawks, a football team of the National Football League.
I'm aware of the Seattle Seahawks, yeah.
They have something called the 12th man, which is essentially their stadium is so loud that they call their fans the 12th man. So there's 11 players on a field at a time on their team, right?
There's 11 players in a kick foot game team.
Correct.
That throws the pig calf.
Yes, American football.
Okay, nailed it. I'm all over it.
There's 11 players on the side. The 12th man.
That's the one that happens in bowls. And some bowls are okay, but there's one that's really super.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
nailed it.
So
all over it.
So there's the 12th man. They call it the 12th man. Is their fans, essentially the people in the stands that just make so much noise that they actually help the team, right? So Angel came up with this thing. Well, I mean, we came up with it, but I'll give Angel a little credit.
Are you once again just appropriating Angel's culture?
Exactly. I'm stealing everything that he made great. But he came up with this thing. Who's the sixth listener, right? Because we had this happen at the games, remember? Okay, so let's back up. So the Las Vegas Highland Games were this past weekend. It happened to you, and it happened to me. There was a guy. I can't remember his name. I'll look it up. Maybe I'll say.
It was two separate people.
No, I think it was the same guy.
It was not the same.
Who's the guy with the mohawk? Or he had
it was okay. No, you know what I figured? What it was the guy with the guy that shouted at both of us. Mm-hmm. He had the girl with him,
right?
And so one of them shouted it separately to me. I think it was the girl shouted it separately to me.
Yeah, no, it was two different instances. It wasn't at the same time.
But I'm always confused because I don't consider myself very recognizable on the ground at the Highland Games. But it's probably just because I was standing next to your big bearded ass.
No, I wasn't there when he said it to you. You told me about it after the fact.
Well,
because he said it to me, it's totally separate incident.
Well, we had it said to us at the same time.
Oh, we did?
Yeah,
I don't remember that. I was
walking by VIP.
I think I was drunk. But anyway, this guy, regardless, this guy yelled out, "I'm one of the 6," right?
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, fuck it, that's awesome, right? So then Angel comes up because he was watching all the shit on the internet and stuff, and he's like, dude, we should do like a t-shirt or something, like well, he said a jersey, like a sports jersey, and have the number 6 on the back.
It's always 6.
Meaning like you're the 6th listener. Like everybody's the 6th
Everybody's
listener,
the 6th listener.
So I was like, because it's like in Seattle, they have the 12. Everybody wears jersey 12 because they're the 12th man.
And if you get 3 of them together, it's my lucky number.
3 6s together? 666 or 18?
Yeah.
What are we talking
about?
about?
No, 666, dummy.
I know, but I'm just fucking...
Hail Satan.
So anyway, point being, why are we talking about that?
We were talking about the games. We're talking about the, I said hashtag one of the 6 because, we have 6 listeners.
Yeah. So
it's a rotating 6 listeners.
That's very true. But it was interesting that this guy yelled out.
I'm told we only have 6 listeners, but I have like different 6 people tell me they listened a lot. So, I don't know. Maybe they just trade.
The numbers say otherwise, but it's fun to say 6 listeners. But this guy was awesome. He came up to me at the games. He said, "Hey man, I forget his name. I'll look it up in a sec." But
we're just gonna call him. We're gonna call him Bumblefuck.
Yeah, we'll call him Bumblefuck.
So hashtag Team Bumblefuck.
But he was awesome. He was like, "Hey man, I listen to your podcast. Love it. Blah blah blah." Like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, one of the 6, dude.
So anyway, we got to start. Now we got to do jerseys with fucking number 6 on it. God damn it,
dude! The amount of money I've already poured into this fucking thing, and y'all want jerseys,
dude. Well, no, these are going to be paid for by people who buy them. I can't afford this shit. I'm buying fucking handles of liquor once a week for fuck's sake.
I gotta buy mic stands because the goddamn Plowboys stole mine and took them to Pasadena.
Cocksuckers.
I was like, and it was literally like, oh, we're really in a jam. Like, we need some mic stands. I was like, I'll grab some from my house. Like, no worries, guys. I got you covered. Like, rushed my ass home from the park earlier than I was expecting to. Like, speed washed my balls because you don't want me going to the Cahill dressed in my duds. Grabbed my mic stands, walked home, was like, boom, saving that motherfucking day. And then
they fucking proceed to steal your shit.
Then
I got no mic stands for the fucking podcast.
Then I text a booking agent that I know and say, hey, where are my mic stands I let you?
Is that the aforementioned I won't say her name. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She got really pissed when we talked shit about her.
Oh, she's coming on, dude. She told me she has a laundry list. She's taking notes on every single episode, and she just wants to come in and rake us over the coals.
I can't wait.
And she's like,
awesome.
I have a laundry list of everything I want to argue about from every single episode. And she told me
she won't even tell me. I asked her about it. She won't even tell me anything.
She told me, she's like, I'm excited to come on the show and do it, but it's going to be wasted on you because you don't listen to the fucking show.
It won't be wasted on me. I promise you.
Yeah, you'll know. I'll just pick up the context clues, but I really don't listen to the show, guys. I love the show. I love that you all love the show. I put it out there and then I go back to doing more productive things.
It's like you vomit and then you flush it.
Yeah,
that's how you work. That's fair.
I shit in a hole and then I cover it up.
And in the meantime, I'm dealing with all the people that are commenting, writing in and stuff. Every once in a while, you deal with the social media, but for the most part,
I jump in on social sometimes. Yeah, no, it's so interesting because originally
you have no idea what actually happened. You're blacked out most of the time during the show, so you don't know.
I'm not blacked out.
Well, you never remember exactly what happens. So then you're like, thanks for listening. Yeah, very generic.
Yeah. Like I don't engage a lot. Yeah, I mean,
if anybody writes in any way, shape, or form, and and the response is specific, it's probably me. If it's generic, it's probably Josh.
It's probably me. Yeah, because I'm usually just like I can't believe people are listening to this show.
And shocked.
And to put it all in perspective, like when I originally wanted to do Chanarant, when I was like, okay, this is the thing I'm going to throw my creative energy into, I didn't think anybody would actually like it. And so it's amazing to me.
That's still to be determined.
Well, 6 people fucking like it, and that's enough for me.
Apparently, some broad in Australia likes it, but only thanks to Lauren. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm gonna take my shots at Lauren when she's not here, and then she can yell at me next time she comes on.
Yeah,
everyone's like, you gotta have the Lauren back on. I was like, of course we're gonna have Lauren back on, but we're gonna get like 6 episodes of shit so that when she comes back guns loaded, like ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Chanarant is still one of the favorite things I've ever made.
Is it? Favorite things of all time?
One of my favorite things I've ever made.
Yeah, it's up there. It's enjoyable. It's quite fun to do. The response has been better than expected, so I appreciate that.
No, it's been good. I still remember sitting in a bunk in Northern Ireland, just in telling Andy, I was like, by the way, I made all the stuff. Like, we're ready to go.
Well, yeah, you did all the artwork and all that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. This has been a long. To be fair, this has been a long project.
Oh man,
we've been talking about it for years.
We still got to get, one of the person that actually put the idea in our head.
The very first person, yes,
has to come on.
I'm trying.
There's no
I've
way.
tried. You might have to try,
dude. She didn't answer my calls. No way.
She responds to my text messages, but very generically.
Well, yeah, she didn't pick up the phone.
Which actually leads back to my initial rant of people that cause drama and then what happens because of it.
So wait, are you saying that 15 minutes in we should get to the topic?
Maybe, but we started actually around 11 minutes. So
I did the math.
Okay,
yeah, we're good.
Cool. So that person, I would love to have her on because she was the originator of the idea way back when. Like, we should do a podcast. It was like just a random thought.
Just ahead of her time, dude. Like, there was a lot of there were so many things that we did right because she suggested it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the know-how, and you were willing to do anything.
I was willing to do anything.
Yeah.
And
I think that's important. Yeah. I mean, that's all you need.
Sometimes
all you
the
need
right
is
crew at the right time.
you need a planner, a creative, and a wild card, and we're good.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good 3-man team.
It was brilliant. But so are we coming back to...
Let's get back to...
the subject?
What pinches your ass or breaks the shot glass off in your asshole. Is that what you said?
I think so. That was
and
random.
You say, I don't remember things. No, I watched you looking around the room.
I'm like, what am I going to say?
Trying to make up the metaphor. Yeah, I watched it. It was good.
So... I'm sure every pipe band has them, but this is what happened this weekend. So again, the Vegas games was this past weekend, and lots of stuff happened. We'll get to it in the show probably. Or maybe
I commit seppuku because Jesus Christ, the Vegas games.
Yeah, you weren't around much, but I was very active. As
I saw, yeah.
You like my video? By the way?
I loved it,
dude. To give credit where credit's due, I did not come up with the idea. The credit was given where it was due.
Was it Lizard?
Liz, yeah, she came up with the idea.
Oh, we're only calling her Lizard now.
Right, yeah. She came up with the idea, and I was like, oh my God, that's fucking brilliant. I'm going to do that. And I went around all weekend trying to get captures of people saying it. And, dude, I had grand plans, and it was hard.
Well, what were they saying, Fusco?
They were saying F you, Joe Brady, of course.
Yeah.
Which is our hashtag. All hashtags.
You will not believe the person that asked me if I would get the entire mass bands to say it from the main stage and record it.
That was my idea. Who asked you?
Sean.
Little Sean?
Little Sean.
Because I was like, dude, we got to get the whole mass band to say it. There's no way they'll do it.
I was like, that is such a good idea. There's no way I can do that.
That's what I said. I was like, somebody get a hold of Josh. And if anybody can do it, he'll do it. But I'm guarantee you he won't do it.
I can't.
Because I wanted to get one pipe band. This is one of my thoughts was one of the pipe bands going in to compete on their way out. They basically stop right after the line. And I wanted them they halt. They say, right before they say pipe band dismissed, everybody's like, F you, Joe Brady. A whole fucking band, dude. Right? I'm like, who's going to do
that? Would have been way too much of an abuse of power.
Mass bands. Let's get the whole mass bands to do it. Who could do this? Only Josh could get this to happen. There's no way. I thought there's no way this could happen. Not in a million years.
not in that scenario.
No, because there's too many civilians around. They're gonna be like.
And also, I'm paying videographers record it. Right. There was trust me, I loved the idea. I was like, holy shit, and I was just tired enough to where I had a case of the fuck arounds, and I was like, and this might be worth doing.
Catch them at the right time.
It's not, yeah. Honestly, next time we'll do it at the Cahill.
Oh, that would be brilliant.
The Cahill, there's no rules.
That's true. Good point. I even thought about getting one of the judges for the games that weekend was Bill Caudle, who is the enemy of Joe Brady. They are light and dark, black and white.
We're using just very specific names.
I don't give a fuck. This guy's a fucking douche. I'll go into that later. But I was like, dude, if I can get him to say F you, Joe Brady, it'd be fucking hilarious because they do not. They are the They are the 2 point men on the East Coast that hate each other.
And Joe Brady's just a nice old man.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice old guy.
He's a nice geriatric old man, man. You got to leave him alone.
He looks like Anderson Cooper. What are you going to do? I mean, no, but seriously, like, it would have been great if I could have got him to do it, but he's got no sense of humor. None whatsoever. But anyway.
So people that cause drama in pipe bands.
Oh, all right. So this is what happened, right?
We're 20 minutes in. Get to the topic.
So this is what happens, right? And I guarantee you every pipe band has these people. We've had a few of them over the years in our group.
That's the only reason people listen to the show. The only reason we have 6 listeners is because we talk about shit that every pipe band has.
So as everybody who listens to the show knows, we are fucked for another year. So we were not competing at the Vegas games.
That's us fucked for another year.
Right. We were not competing at the Vegas games. Not only were we not competing, we did not perform at all.
No, in no capacity whatsoever.
The band that shall not be named did not play in any shape or form. However,
and I had actually arranged to take time off from running the event to compete.
Right, if we had it together.
Which means I'm doubled down on my fury.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So not only did we not compete, but we did not perform. So that means we didn't do mass bands, we didn't do anything. So, and the reason for that, I made that decision because...
It's literally like a circle jerk where nobody shows up.
Exactly. But I made a decision because I thought it was in our best interest to not embarrass ourselves because we had so few people that were committing that I was like, we're not going out there with 4 pipers and 2 drummers. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do it. So we just canceled the whole fucking thing. But we did have a tent to help recruitment. We do this every year. We rent a space or whatever it is.
We do an open house.
And we have a tent and we try to get people interested in piping and drumming. And then we have an open house shortly after the games. And that's what we were advertising.
I should probably put that on my calendar.
Yeah, it's May 1st, by the way. So, but anyway,
if you're one of the 6 and you're in Vegas,
but anyway, this is just leading up to what happened. So we had this tent set up, right? I heard this from one of my buds, one of the guys who was sitting at the tent at the time.
You have friends?
Besides
me and Cahill?
It's few. Well, okay, he's an acquaintance. Let's say an acquaintance.
Cahill's an acquaintance.
No. Cahill's a friend. This other guy's acquaintance. So anyway, he tells me about this, and it doesn't surprise me at all because these are these exact people that you know exactly what I'm about to talk about, who are always the dramatic people in the last 3 years, say. The ones that Lauren talked about last week, that the people that created factions and caused all kinds of drama, all those. You know who we're talking about.
Okay.
So,
without using names, yes, I think I'm figuring out who the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, these people came up to the tent, and this dude was working the tent. Okay, so they proceeded to say, why are you guys not playing in the band? One of them, who's insanely manipulative, very good at being manipulative, said to him, why aren't you guys playing? Why are you guys not playing? Is the band folding? Like, when is the band... They specifically said, when is the band going to fold? Like, as in, we're turning our shit in and we're going home. Like, everybody's just... Here's all our shit. We're out of here, right? Like,
I mean, I tried that and I ended up going home with a bass drum. So,
like, the band's not folding at all. We're going back to the basis. We're starting over, motherfuckers. Dude, there is no quit, and
we're going into the bunker.
There's no I and quit. Or wait, no, there is.
No, there is. Hold on. There most certainly is.
Hold on, I'll come up with a better saying.
Yeah,
work with me here. On this
Let's go. Wait, how much did you drink when I was not looking?
Oh my god! But so it's the same 2 people, I'll say females, because females love to create drama.
This is why people think the podcast is sexist, by the way, is because of you.
I know. Well, what are you going to do?
It's because of you. I get flack because of you.
So be it.
Just, you don't have to designate that you can just say that they're fucking assholes.
Well, they're females, though. Does that make a difference?
Dude, gender's a construct, man. I don't,
Do they identify as female, though? That's the question.
I haven't asked them. I haven't asked them.
Question.
So I'm just saying, gender's a construct. It's a social construct, and
it's not biological at all. No, it has
sex
no
is biological, but
nature.
also, it all exists on a spectrum, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, we're going down a fucking path. We're gonna get some write-ins on this week. But anyway, yeah. So the usual people that cause these problems we're like, oh, I guarantee you.
Don't tap that thing's 100 years old.
I guarantee you they love the fact that we weren't there.
Yeah.
Because they're thinking like, oh, well, we left the band a year ago or whatever it was. So they can't survive without us.
You're going into a narrow spiral. You're going into a nosedive.
You think so?
How do you broaden this for all the listeners.
Oh, well, this is the thing, though. This is not the first time these people were trying to create drama.
It's not even that. Like,
bands have people that create drama all the time.
Broaden it to like the people that are the naysayers, people that are negative in bands.
The haters, the people that love to hate.
The fucking haters. Broaden it out. Okay. Don't go down a rabbit hole. Like, broaden it out to all, because like every fucking band has people.
Sure.
That just, I don't want to say Pandora syndrome again, but like they have people that will either leave or be pushed out for their own reasons.
Yeah.
And then want to see that band fail.
Right, because they're not part of it anymore.
Well, it's not even, yeah, and like, and that's such a negative thing to me. Like, as a person, as a musician, as an artist, like, you should be able to leave something because it doesn't align with your values anymore or doesn't align with your goals.
Of course.
And then not,
sure.
But then like, but not want it to fail. Because here's the other thing.
It all depends on how you leave, though, right? Because that you're right. People should, if things don't align, I'm completely okay if like our goals don't align with your goals, which happened with the service band in Vegas, right? Some of our goals are different than their goals. Yeah. So I get that. No worries.
There's a lot of room for everybody.
Absolutely. But if you leave because you're not happy with the way things are being run or whatever, and then you start like talking shit and like all these guys, whatever form of that happens because you don't agree with the way they're doing things, that's a different story.
Well, I don't mean to get like super fucking hippy dippy, but you do like, you get what you put out into the world, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't want to quote Daniela too much, but
wait, did she say something like this?
No, it's not even that. Like, realistically, like if all you are is negative, it's a fucking anchor tied to your leg, man. Like,
sure.
If all you want to do is like, well, you didn't do what I wanted you to do, so I'm gonna leave, and I hope you burn in hell. Mm-hmm. Like, that doesn't work. And in bands, there's so much of that kind of mentality. And like at the end of the day, one, we're all musicians. Two, we all have day jobs, aside from Fusco. Like, all it is don't let your animosity ruin your experience, and don't let it like soil relationships that you will need later on, because Vegas is a small town, one.
Sure.
And two, the pipe band community is small. Like, you can try to shit on everyone as much as you want. We fucking certainly try to shit on everybody as much as we possibly can, but we do it for fun. We do it in jest. I guess at the end of the day, and I'm not quite getting into tinfoil hat man. I'm just getting into hippie man phase. We'll have to come up with new music for hippie man.
I don't have hippie phase. Yeah, I gotta get some. We'll figure that out. I'll get that.
Yeah, it's just like, guys, like, fuck. We're all in the same boat. We're all bagpipers and drummers. It's not cool. It's not cool to be a bagpiper and drummer. I'm sorry. Whoever told you it was cool, they were fucking wrong. It's gonna take a lot of your money, a lot of your time, a lot of your energy. It'll ruin some of your relationships. But if you like doing it, that's all that matters. If you like doing it and you want other pipers and drummers to fail for some reason, then you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, exactly. If you're a hater, then, it's ridiculous. But that's the basis. That's the basis for what this was, where this was coming from. I know this for a fact,
and it seems hypocritical for us because we shit on a lot of people. Like, we're, but we shit on people in jest and for fun.
We want them to be better. Like, and we're about to get into it.
The funniest thing is the amount of people that have like contacted me and been like, "Why do you only shit on your friends?"
We have gotten that. Like, why do you guys hate fucking whoever so bad?
It's like, yeah, we shit on our friends because, like, well, at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Every piper and drummer is in the same boat across the world. Guess what? What we do is only cool to us.
How true that is.
So don't like create inner rivalries. Don't get frustrated about that kind of shit.
Absolutely. I mean, but
don't get pissed off, and don't want to see other pipers and drummers fail.
Yeah.
Don't base your success and your feeling good on watching other people fail.
Right, exactly.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love to get my ass kicked in contest. I'm friends with all those people.
Absolutely, yes. And that's the best thing when you go to a
I'll
game.
get them next time.
You see all these people that are your friends that you've been around for years, and you've seen a lot of the same people at the same games because they're in the same bands, et cetera, et cetera. It's fucking beautiful. So here's an example. Like this past weekend, the Phoenix Pipe Band, for example, won first place the first day and in the MSR contest. And I was hanging around with the Pasadena Pipe Band, and we were talking about it, and one of their members said she was on the phone with her husband. She's like, "Holy shit, the Phoenix Pipe Band has risen from the ashes. Like, we got to get our shit together. Like, it's not going to be as easy," because they generally win everything all the fucking time in grade 3. So, and that didn't happen. So, but we're all friends in the end of the day. Like, it's like, oh, cool. Like, this other band did something that we didn't expect. They came up a notch, right? And then they beat us. Like, oh shit. And they weren't mad about it. I was hanging out I didn't know these people. I used to play with them in Misty Owl 15 years ago or whatever, a lot of these people. And they were like, oh shit, look at this. Phoenix has got their shit together. Okay, now we got to get our shit together. And guess what that's going to do? It's going to bring everybody up.
The total
brings
quality.
Everybody up because everyone's like, oh shit, we got to get our shit together.
It raises the quality of pipe bands everywhere. I mean, look at the fucking, like, we had visitor pipe bands this year, just talking about the Vegas games. Like the fucking Utah pipe band that came down. I don't remember which Utah pipe band, but
Utah pipe band.
They sounded great.
Way better than than they used to be.
We had the Clan Gordon pipe band down from fucking Washington, and they sounded great.
They were really good, actually. Yeah,
like that's
except
all.
Minus the yellow flashes.
Minus the yellow flashes
and the yellow tie.
Hashtag playing for sheets.
They were actually quite good though. They actually won a prize.
Sounded great. I mean, that's the thing for me is like, yeah, we're gonna as the Channel Rant podcast, we're gonna shit on a lot of people, but it's all in good fun. And there are people that shit on people not in good fun.
Yeah, no, there's people that are actually malicious about it, and we've had them over the years. It happens to us. I'm sure it's happened to other bands. We had people, 10, 15 years ago that were, I'm not going to say their name, but notorious C words, right?
Well, like
they hated
just like
everybody. Yeah, they even hated us. They hated themselves. Like, that's how bad they were. They would talk shit about everybody, including ourselves.
Why be that self-deprecating? It's only funny when it's funny.
Yeah, and they were not funny, not at all. So
speaking about contests,
yeah,
and we're only just a short, I'm assuming 30 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, we started about 11 minutes in. So
can we have a short but insightful conversation about judges?
Oh, you want to go there?
I want to go there, man.
Well, before we go there. That could go down that could lead us into danger. But I do want to go into one thing. Well, okay, fuck. What order should we do this in? I don't know.
Well, what's your thing?
Well, we got the things that Fooko got wrong. We got that bit. We also have fuck. What else do we got?
Sorry, we're distracted because my beautiful girlfriend walked in and took the dog.
Yeah. So I was going to play a clip.
Oh, we're gonna do a clip show? We're gonna do a little bit of a clip?
I got a little bit.
Okay.
I got a couple things.
Okay, how many clips you got?
I got 2. One of them's 20 seconds and related to the games. So I thought we'd do it now.
All right, we can do clips first and then
we'll go to the judges thing.
We can go to it. Yeah, okay. Right. So we're gonna do a little bit of clip show. Fusco, set it up for us.
All right, so what we got here is this. I am not a man. I am a very proud man. And I don't like to admit when
nobody knows why.
Nobody knows why, yes. But this weekend, on a rare occasion, I was proven wrong. And I want to give credit where credit is due. Cahill and I were walking back from the beer tent, and we were drinking, so think through this a little bit as to our reaction. But we were heading to the contest area of the Vegas games. And
awesome games, by the way. It was real. Phenomenal. Spot on.
So the grade 5 band contest was going on, and we walked into this band playing at this time, and we were like, what the fuck is that? So we're like, we run up, and we hear this band playing. This is a grade 5 band, a service band. They're called I believe they're called the Lancaster Volunteer Fire Department something or other. They're from Wyoming. Do you remember the band that came in from Wyoming? Blew my fucking mind. Wait till you hear this. Tone like you wouldn't believe. This is exactly how it's supposed to be done.
But a road band.
A road band? I was like, fuck. All right. Well, I guess I was wrong because somebody out there is doing it right. These guys.
This is gonna be a new segment where it's Fusco's picks, where he play some tunes that are good.
All right, check this shit out. I only got 20 seconds of it or whatever. All right, that's all I took because I walked in at the end.
That was on Sunday.
This was Sunday, yes.
I know, because of the wind.
Yeah. So this was the grade 5 contest. I don't know what MSM, I assume. I don't know what they were playing, but and I only caught the end of it. But tone blew my mind.
That sounded great, yeah.
Absolutely marvelous tone from a grade 5 band. I thought that was grade 4. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, holy shit. This is in Cahill, and I was a little drunk, so I was getting a little excited. I'm like,
Cahill,
this is exactly how it's supposed to be done. They're playing tunes within their range with great tone, and they were playing well together, and tempos that were doable, they could handle. Right?
Attainable tempo.
Absolutely, and they had a couple higher level players.
Hashtag attainable tempo. That'll be the third Chain Ranch shirt after
all the other ones.
After I get enough money to buy merch.
They were phenomenal. I was like, holy shit, this is how it's done. Why is this so difficult? Why is this so hard to understand? Opposite of that, showing up to mass bands was a local band.
Who shall not be named.
Not us, but another band that shall not be named. With fucking Elvis glasses on.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I'm like, all right, so somebody's decided.
Do we have a clip?
I do. No, I don't.
Well, you can't set it up that way and not have a clip.
They had Elvis glasses on. That's all you need to know.
The glasses don't affect the sound.
It did.
I'm just saying, you don't have a clip.
I didn't take video because I was like, fuck these guys. I probably have clips of them somewhere.
If you're gonna do a bit, Fusco, take a clip.
No, this wasn't. You brought it up. I did not plan this.
If we're gonna be a clip show,
I did not plan this part of the bit. So, but yeah, no, the Elvis glasses said enough. I'm like, all right, whatever, I guess.
And it is classically that time in the Chain Rant podcast where Josh and Andy are gonna slam their drinks and refill them. Nostrovia.
Thank you for listening to Chanarant, the herpes of podcast.
All right, so moving on in the podcast. Fusco.
That's me.
Can I vent? Can I vent for a bit?
Absolutely.
Can I talk about judges? I know we keep teasing the Pipe Band Association thing, but can I talk about judges for just a moment?
I suppose.
Why is it that a very small percentage, I guess, when I think about it, of pipe band judges are complete and total cunts?
All of them? I mean, that's a bit strong.
No, I said a small percentage.
Oh, small. Okay.
A small percentage.
I missed that. Okay, go ahead.
So when I think about a pipe band judge, or even a solo piping judge, any kind of a judge, they are there essentially to help you as a musician get better at being a musician.
That's exactly their purpose.
As a competitor, you pay dues to a pipe band association.
That's correct.
The pipe band association immediately takes those dues, wipes their ass with them, and buys themselves a nice dinner or a trip or whatever.
Right.
As an organizer of a Highland Games, I know for a fact that we pay, travel, feed, transport our judges heavily.
Right.
It is not cheap to have a pipe band contest.
Sure.
Or even a solo piping, any kind of piping contest. It's not cheap. The judges cost a lot. Their airfare costs a lot. Their fucking hotel room and board, taxis, hookers, fucking whatever the hell else they buy.
Right.
It costs a lot. So at the end of the day, that person who is sitting in a chair making judgments on how you play, having being paid there, not having to get there of their own volition, being paid by two associations, like showing up, looking at a human being holding bagpipes that paid their dues, that had in no way affected that judge actually being there. Mm-hmm. Why are they a dickhead?
That is a great question.
And you have a story on this.
I do, as a matter of fact. It's almost as if we planned this.
Almost. Well, it's almost as if I was pissed off about this for a very long time, and then Fusco was a steward for a year.
Yep, one time, not even a year, one time, and it was brilliant, eye-opening experience, to be quite honest.
Dude, they're the fucking worst. Well, some of them are amazing.
Some of them are okay. Yeah.
Some of them are great.
Some from the East Coast are not so great. So, this is what happened. I'll tell you from my perspective as a steward, and I had somebody writing a letter to me because she knew me, so I got a copy of the sheet. I got all kinds of stuff for this. So there's a judge from the East Coast who's known for being kind of a DB, right? So this is what happened.
And for our listeners at home, DB means.
You want me to say it, or you?
Yeah,
douchebag.
That was a setup, dude. Top Gun volleyball. I'm setting up, you knock it down.
Right. So I was judging, I wasn't judging. I was stewarding, and to be fair, the other two stewards were terrible, absolutely terrible. But so what happened was one of the judges decided to sleep in that day, or just got so hammered. It was
option B.
The joke was Vegas happened to him. So he did not show up at 8:00 in the morning like he was supposed to. So everything got fucked up. Everything, which is that's very normal for games. Like
it'll happen.
Things just go horribly wrong. Everything ends up late. So this guy did not show up. So they had to scramble to find another judge and then another judge to get this shit started. So my table happened to be first. They were supposed to come to my table first. So that did not happen. Everything got way late. So what ended up happening is 2-4 March in grade 3 and the jig in grade 3 was happening at the same time. Like things got all screwed up. So everybody was supposed to be at the same place at the same time because everything got screwed up. So near the end of the contest, this one judge told his steward to go get this girl who I know. And she was over at the 2-4 table. He was judging the jig table. Needless to say, she was supposed to be in two places at the same time. The steward at the jig table told her, you got to come now or you're disqualified. And she's like, well, I'm going to just go in the order that I was supposed to go in because that's the order I'm supposed to go in. Reasonable enough. Sounds reasonable to me. I was at the middle table, so it didn't affect me. She'd already gone at our table. So she comes up to me. She's like, am I really disqualified? I'm like, what are you talking about? She told me the story. I'm like, no. I said, it is not your fault that this judge did not show up on time and everything got screwed up. Guess what? They work for you, not the other way around.
Fucking A.
We'll make this happen. Don't worry about it. And she goes, plays her tune. She comes over. She goes over to the jig table. The steward comes over again and says, if you don't go right now, he's going to disqualify you. Just says it a second time. She had just finished her 2-4 March at this point, and they were supposed to go at the same time. She runs over. She goes to the guy. She's kind of a sassy chick. So she's like, am I disqualified if I don't play? He's like, no, if you go right now, you
Is that play. Your impression of a sassy chick?
She's like, oh, you want me to do it? You want to do it for real?
No, I mean, you shook your hips. I saw it. Like I saw your entire impression.
Yeah. So she's like, am I disqualified? He's like, if you go right now, no. So he was just doing a power play. He's like, listen, dude, you know what happened. He knows. He's a judge. He knows the other judge didn't show up. Not only did he not cover for that other judge by being fucking lenient, he decided to pull a power play and be a dick to the people who are just there to fucking learn something.
And the thing for me is, like, people that are competitors are trying to get better. They want the opinion. They want to get that kind of criticism on their performance. And they get caught up in these power plays. They get caught up in their idea of, like, I'm very important. So let's do this.
How important are you?
Let's have a demonstration of a real power play.
Okay.
Fusco.
Yep.
What's that judge's name?
Want me to say it now?
Absolutely.
His name's
Voldemort.
You will not be judging the 2019 Las Vegas Highland Games. I fucking guarantee it.
That's brilliant because he was also the whiny bitch that was bitching about the fucking Dunedin games and how no local judges got pulled into the Dunedin games.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because they had fucking Stuart Little and the 4 best judges on the planet they had at Dunedin games, and he was bitching.
Well, let's have an example of a proper power play.
Voldemort.
You will not be judging the 2019 Las Vegas Highland Games. You will not get a free flight out, a taxi, a limo out to the event, a VIP ticket. You will not fucking be there.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. This guy, not only did he pull this power play with this girl, he wrote it on her sheet. He wrote on her sheet.
Oh, I saw the sheet. You sent me the picture.
Did I send it to you?
Yeah, you sent it to me. And strangely enough,
he wrote, competitors should be ready to play when called
Voldemort.
If you don't recognize me,
Voldemort.
I'm the guy that was picking up trash when you showed up being a dick to everybody. But I'm also the executive director of the games. So, well, guess what? Here's a real power play. Fuck you. You're out.
Yeah, fuck this guy. Because this girl, she wrote me a letter. She wrote a letter. I said, like, please write a letter because I want to submit it to the games because this is bullshit that this guy did this to you. Like, you're just fucking out there trying to do... You're not, like, late. You're standing fucking there. You're standing there.
No, he was fucking late because he went out drinking.
No, well, it wasn't him. It was another judge. But regardless, he should have been, like, lenient because cover for your fucking fellow judge, right? The guy fucked up. No big deal. All right, he showed up late. We covered it. Buggy found some other people to take care of it. Whatever happened. But you got to be a dick to this girl who's just fucking playing in grade 3 because you feel
No,
that's fucking bullshit, dude.
fuck that shit. Highland,
and this is what she said. I just want to quote her because one thing, and you already took care of it. I'm going to say it.
Get it
anyway.
on posterity. Yeah.
She said, "Thanks for listening, and I do hope this kind of bullying treatment won't be a trend because I won't tolerate it." So that means people are that. Essentially, what that means is a contestant won't register for the games if you have this guy back, and she's one person. Fine,
And
but that's bullshit that he even put her in that
paying
position.
for these people.
We're paying this guy. You work for us, motherfucker.
Like, we're paying these people ridiculous
You're not
amounts.
that special. You're not fucking Stuart Little. Shut the fuck up.
No.
Or whoever, Jesus Christ, like, you're getting quite a ride in Vegas while you're here. Like, all right, fuck
Yeah,
it.
we host a pretty good Highland Games. Our judges, our officials get pretty good treatment. If you want to fuck that up because you have a tiny dick and your ego doesn't match it, like, fine.
Exactly. This is not the only thing I've heard about him as far as being a cunt. He's done many cunty things.
We're going right down the rabbit hole.
I won't call any of the guys out. Listen, motherfuckers, we have people that fill us in on shit. We won't call them out, but guess what? We know shit. So start acting appropriate. You cocksuckers.
We just got disqualified from the
EU.
Yeah.
Well, only if we travel to the southern branch, because the northern branch is a totally different group of people. But when we end up playing with fucking
all right, I'll tell you
what's his
what.
name in Charleston?
Hold on. Hold the phone.
All right, what are we doing?
Because I don't want to just like levy hellfire against one person and not give them the opportunity to defend themselves because that's fucked up.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to hear this guy's fucking response.
I want to have him on the show.
Defend yourself. Absolutely. I mean, I would be
Like
fair.
it's not.
Who knows?
It's not cool just to railroad someone. Like, it's easy for us to get hyped up because we're in it, and we're in it and we're just fucking like.
I was there. I watched it happen.
I know, and like, but I've made fuck ups. You've made fuck ups.
Oh, sure.
Like, that's human nature. Like, we've both fucked up. I don't want to just like railroad someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't get me wrong. If anyone even told him about this episode, he's going to be like, well, like, these guys should be disqualified from everything forever for the rest of life.
Don't worry. We're not coming to fucking South Carolina.
But the invitation is open to come on the show, defend yourself. Like,
Defend yourself how that was necessary. Why that was... Why...
Like, there's so many factors. I don't want to remove the possibility of anybody being able to come on the show and defend themselves.
No, absolutely. No, I agree.
Because it's shitty. It's shitty just to like hammer down on someone.
It's not that shitty if it's deserved. But if it's not, argue it.
But
tell
I'm
me
not
why.
gonna,
Tell me why that was necessary.
I'm not gonna punch someone in the back.
Because fucking Ken Eller was there, who also suffered. He was the guy that had to pick up the slack on the other side of it. And the guy never flinched. The guy was fucking a professional about it.
The
He
only
never
thing
fucked with people over
The only
it.
thing that's going to change this entire fucked up scenario is people being able to talk about it.
Right. But this is the thing.
But the only people that can talk about it are us.
But here's the thing, though. I've been told that he's notorious for shutting people down. Like, people are scared in the USPBA Southern branch to say anything because he's got him and his little fucking group of people that will, like, cause problems if you go to this games, your band goes to this games, but you're on one of the people that are opposite his group, and they'll just cause trouble. Like, that's bullshit, man. This is exactly what we're fucking talking about. This is the
kind
bullshit
of shit that we're working against.
because they're supposed to protect you. The associations are supposed to protect you against, but they're not. This
Well,
guy's
the
a cunt.
associations are supposed
I'll
to...
say it. He's a cunt. I don't give a fuck. Who am I?
Well, let's have him on.
I'll have him on and tell him he's a cunt to his face. Fuck him. Or maybe he'll convince me there was a reason. I would love to hear the reason because I know lots of these judges and they're super reasonable people. They realize, like, they're teachers in general. This guy's a teacher.
Absolutely.
He teaches at a college.
Yeah.
He should know better. He should know that I'm here to help people. And at first I was confused because he was super nice in the beginning. Like, he was helping. Like, somebody would compete and he'd call him over and he'd, like, walk through something on their channel. I'm like, oh, maybe Joe Brady's wrong. This guy seems like a reasonable person. He's like,
F you, Joe Brady.
F you, Joe Brady. But no, he was like pulling people over, like, you should do this, you should whatever. He was like helping people with his practice center. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. Cool. Ken Eller does the same thing. But
Well, let me put it this way. Let me
doing,
put it
dude?
this way. If you're in the business of pipe band or pipe band judging or anything, just for the point of exploitation, sorry, we're gonna hit you, dude. Like, we're gonna hit you hard.
yeah, fuck it.
That's all it is. Like, we're
If you deserve it, I'm not gonna undeserve.
Nobody's safe.
This is what I got to say about this.
Oh, hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Nobody's safe. But if we have mischaracterized you, or if we have just, made our decisions based on not enough information, we'd love you to fucking write in chanarant@gmail.com. Send us a email. Like, come on the show. Everybody's invited on this show. If we call you out and we were wrong, come on the show. Tell us about it, because I'm not too big of a person to admit, like, that.
You get shit wrong. Hell yeah.
I get shit wrong all the time.
Look at the last clip I just played.
Fucking A.
Service band. It was actually good.
Like I'm wrong constantly. I just want people to have a conversation about this shit that, for some reason, too many people are afraid to have a conversation about, and it worries me when bands are not willing to talk about this kind of thing.
Can I just have one final word on this?
Game on.
I just want to say this.
Voldemort.
This is for you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
And this seems as good of a time as any to have a little listener mail. I hate to copy Rab too much, but we do have some listener mail, and we'll just do it at the end.
Why not?
Let's go. Carry on.
Should I read the listener?
Yeah, listen.
So this week, I'm going to try to edit this best I can because I'm a man and I'll fuck this up according to women. But so here's a woman from Australia writing in regards to Lauren. Her name is Camille. She says, hey guys.
You're just laying it out.
No, fuck it. She wrote in. It's her problem. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that I thought episode 11 was great, except when it became a rambling drunken mess. Actually, especially when it became a rambling drunken mess.
They're all rambling drunken messes.
Episode 11 became, by the end, it was so chaos. It was such chaos. It was hilarious by the time we got to the end. So, she loves the banter that you guys have with Lauren, especially. Please have her on again. I'm a piper who also happens to be a woman, and I'm glad you finally had a female of the species who actually understands the community and culture firsthand. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Carry on.
Didn't feel like Barb really nailed that. Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, Barb has nothing to do with pipe band.
You buried the lead.
It was fucking hilarious. I wanted to go with that. But to be fair,
Hashtag Team Babs.
Barb is not a person. She's not a pipe band person. She's just a friend of ours who we had on.
And she's a person that is strangely associated with pipe bands, but not in a pipe band.
Yeah, no, she's been around us a while, but Didn't feel like Barb really nailed that, mostly because her whole thing was just being super critical and negative. All right, well, that's fair enough.
How much of this are you going to put into the final cut?
I'll put all this. Fuck it. So, let's see. What else does she say? I don't know what this means. Maybe you could tell me because you're fucking one of those young kids. But she says TLDR.
Too long, don't read.
Okay. Is you guys are hella entertaining and thanks for putting out such fantastic content every week. Releasing a podcast weekly is brutal. I agree. Fucking brutal. This is way difficult, right?
You'll be fine. It's easier than going to practice.
Keep up the great work. Hope your Vegas games went well. Thank you.
Oh, they were
Thank you,
phenomenal, by
Camille.
the
You're
way.
awesome.
Yeah, Camille, thank you for writing in. I'll tell you what, Fusco, it's about that time.
About that fucking time. I don't know what we accomplished here today, but I'm going to guess nothing.
That's the Chanaran podcast in a nutshell.
Yeah, you're right about that. We essentially do a lot of work for no reason.
I'll tell you what, that's the end of the Chanaran podcast. I'm Josh.
This is Andy.
And we're super excited that you're one of 6. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, whatever the hell people are doing. Tinder, mostly for Fooko.
That's me.
And we hope you guys listen to the next episode. We're going to play you out with a bunch of random nonsense because, we're drunk.